Ramakrishna was very humorous. He said Haladhari would often say that and then he would get mixed up. So Sri Ramakrishna would say, are you sure you won't get mixed up again? He said, no, I'm sure this time. I know who you are. But exactly the same thing happened. Sri Ramakrishna would say that Haladhari would then go and sit down and take a little bit of snuff and then take out his Gita and start explaining it to a gathering of admiring people. And then he would be puffed up with his pride of learning and Sanskrit and all of that. And Sri Ramakrishna was not above pulling his leg. He's teaching the Gita and Sri Ramakrishna comes and says to him, brother, what's there in those books? I have experienced those things. And Haladhari says, you fool, keep quiet. Because you're illiterate. And you don't know what is this. How dare you say such things? And then Sri Ramakrishna wouldn't let go. He pokes him further. He says, oh, the one within. How do I know all these things? The one who is within, which you yourself, the subtext is you yourself said you sensed who is within me. The one who is within me, she tells me everything. What is there in the scriptures, or what is the meaning of Vedanta and all these texts. It's an implicit way of saying that he is an avatar, an incarnation. A special manifestation of God incarnation. And that would drive Haladhari to a rage. You claim to be an avatar. Do you realize what you're saying, you fool? You're claiming to be an avatar. Have you completely lost your mind? Does God incarnate so easily, so cheaply? Don't you know in this age of Kali there is only one avatar, that is Kalki avatar? So that's part of the Vaishnava theology. But there was another serious problem with Haladhari, which is he was a strict Vaishnava. And this was a Kali temple. He was asked to do the worship of Kali. There were food offerings which were non-vegetarian, fish and meat. And there were occasional animal sacrifices, none of which he was horrified by this. He disliked it intensely. But it was his job, so he worshipped. But he worshipped with a kind of, somewhere, there was a disdain for this kind of thing, He was a strict vegetarian, and his worship his actual devotion was to Krishna, actually. And then he had this vision, a mother in a terrifying form appearing and warning him. Shortly afterwards, his son died. He got the information from his village, and he was stunned. He came to Sri Ramakrishna, broke down and confessed that, he says, I know what my failing is. So Sri Ramakrishna, I think he must have spoken to Mathur Babu and got him transferred from the Kali temple to the Krishna temple, the Radha Krishna temple. And one day, that didn't solve it until Haladhari one day said to Sri Ramakrishna, he was frank about it, why do you worship this deity who is so terrifying? The appalling power which Christopher Isherwood mentions. Why do you worship this deity which is so terrifying? Now, Sri Ramakrishna was wounded. Anybody talking about his beloved mother like that? So his natural reaction was always to take all complaints to the mother. So he would straight away go to the Kali temple and say that this is what Haladhari is saying, And he went into an ecstasy and came running out of the temple. And he goes to Haladhari, who was in the Krishna temple worshipping, and Sri Ramakrishna comes in this ecstasy and says, I will never listen to you again. Mother has shown me that she is everything. He climbed on Haladhari's shoulders in his ecstasy and said, Mother has shown me that she is everything in the universe, and beyond everything she is pure love. So I will never listen to you again when you say such things. And Haladhari, to his credit, was again overcome, and he fell at his feet and asked for Sri Ramakrishna's feet, asked for his forgiveness.